Welcome everyone to this week's Wednesdays at 1 show. My name is Eric Cox. You are in the right place. You are here at the right time. This is not the Mondays at midnight show. This is not the Tuesdays at 2 show. This is the Wednesdays at 1 show. And today we have royalty in the house. I'm going to introduce you to Lamia Mrabet, and she is better known as the Queen of Spice. She's going to walk us through a traditional Moroccan dish, and we're going to get to know the Queen of Spice today on the Wednesdays at 1 show. So, without further ado, let's bring in Miss Lamia Mrabet, the Queen of Spice.
Hi,
Lamia,
Eric.
how are you? How's
Very
everything?
good, Eric. Doing well. Thank you, Eric.
I am so glad to have you here today. We're excited. I'm going to ask you to take a couple of steps backwards. Right there, perfect. We are so glad to have you here today. We're in your kitchen. We're going to be making an incredible dish. And we're going to learn a little bit about the Queen of Spice. That's your company, but that's also you. Am I right?
That's true. That's me. Well, thank you very much, Eric, for having me today. It's a pleasure, and welcome to my kitchen virtually. Yes, I am the founder of the Queen of Spice, a business that I started back in 2019. We make spice mixes for inspired by Mediterranean Moroccan cuisine. We have so far up to 15 different spices from the Mediterranean, from Moroccan tagine, paella spice, shawarma, you name it. We try to give our customers the best, the highest quality.
So you mentioned the tagine. And for those that don't know, this is a tagine.
Yes,
Am
that's
I right?
the tagine. That's true. Well, it's a new fashion kind of tagine, because the traditional one was made with clay and it wasn't drawn like that. So this is the new one. This is actually from Le Creuset, which is a French brand. But I still love our traditional mud tagine.
Well, don't get me started on Le Creuset, because I was just looking at some of their Dutch ovens the other day, and they make beautiful pieces overall. And this piece right here is absolutely gorgeous. And so I'm really excited to see what you're going to do with all of this. So before we get going, I just want to say hello to everyone who's watching. Thank you so much for being here. I want to make sure that I check in on all of my great commenters that we have and viewers. And my guy, Brandon Gilson, he's locked in. Brandon was actually my guest last week and did a fantastic job. His company is the Best Seats VIP, and we're really happy to have him here. And of course, my guy, Sean Shoemake, tuning in all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. So they have to get up really early on the West Coast to check us out at 1 o'clock. So glad you're here, my man. Great to see you. And Of course, I know you know this name, Laura Qureshi. She is the queen of extra virgin olive oil and the founder of Azaze. Thank you so much for being here. And actually, she's how we know each other. Yes, there it is. There is the Zaze right there.
Love my
Laura,
zaze.
thank you so much for tuning in. And I know you're probably going to be using a little Zaze today.
Of course, that's the only olive oil I use.
Well, that's an incredible, incredible endorsement because I know we've talked a little bit before the show. I know that this has been really a journey of love, of family, of food. Tell me how the Queen of Spice came to be.
So I always loved cooking and entertaining. Even if I studied something very different. I studied finance, but when I wanted to do a business, I really looked for something that I love, and I was looking into cooking, but I didn't know exactly what I was looking at, catering and different other stuff. But one day I had some friends over, and they cooked some food. One of them is the tagine I'm about to cook for you, and they asked me about the recipe. When I give them the recipe, they struggle with the spices. So I told them, you know what? I'm gonna make the spices for you, and they made the mix right there. Give them some in the little zippy bags. They love it. And one lady, she told me, here is your business, and that's it. So I started the business.
Now, you come from Morocco, is that correct?
Yes, I was born and raised in the town of Tangier, north of Morocco.
Tell me what the spices and the tangine, how important is that to Moroccan cuisine?
So tagine is basically like we use it every day. And when I say tagine, is a method of cooking at the same time as the pot you see behind me. So it's like when you say stewing or stew, it's the same way we say tagine. So you can put any protein with the vegetables or vegetables only and slow cook it with them with some spices, and here you have your tagine. And this is like everyday food for Moroccans.
Excellent. So, when you started this business, this is something that you basically have been preparing um, to do long before you even knew you were going to have a business. You had already accumulated a huge wealth of knowledge before you even knew you were going to do this business.
Yes, that's true. So, like I said, since I was very young, I always, ask people about recipes and collected them. And especially when I moved in a young age, I was 21 when I left Morocco. Food is the one thing that keeps you attached to your homeland and the memories and all. So I perfected. I met other people that are from Morocco, but are from other regions, and they give me some of their recipes, and I found myself now that I know so many of good recipes from all over, and not only from Morocco but from all over the world, from people that I met. I always love to talk about food when you meet someone new, because it's something we all like to talk about, we all enjoy, and we all have that in common as human beings. So it really makes us come together. And I love, to meet friends from all over the world around my dining table and share food. So that made my knowledge in food a little bit more, especially my love in Mediterranean, where I come from, cuisines.
Right. And so I know that you know Moroccan food inside and out, but you also told me that, you mentioned the Mediterranean. You can cook, you know how to cook a lot of Mediterranean sort of inspired food. So a lot of olives, I'm sure. Today I know there's going to be some lemons. I know that it's not just Moroccan food that you can cook, and it's not just Moroccan food that your spices can be used for.
Yes, that's true. So, among the 15 different spices that I have, for example, the Egyptian dukkha. I have the shawarma, which is Middle Eastern. I have Spanish paella, and I have pain d'épices, which is a French spice, and I have some Turkish spice mixes. So I really am. I tried to have an array of different cuisine within the spices I present, but most of them I have many of Moroccan. So I have the Moroccan barbecue spice, the Moroccan kefta, the Moroccan chicken tagine, the Moroccan fish tagine, the Moroccan meat, the ras el hanout. So I have, like a huge part of Moroccan, but I added because I don't want to just put a name on a mix of random spices and call it something which I see in the market. When I make a spice mix, I make sure that is authentic. And if I buy it here, you buy it here, or you buy it, let's say, in France or Spain or Morocco, it's the same.
Excellent. Excellent. So just before we start the cooking part, I want to make sure that I say hello to our commenters. And Lynn is here today. Great to see you, Lynn. She just put some azaze on her salad. And I know that that makes our friend Laura very, very happy. And she loves all of the Queen of Spices, constellation of spices. Um, and she has an amazing coffee spice. So we're going to ask you about that as well. And Nora Gormazi, locked in, love it. Thank you, Nora, for being here today. We appreciate all of our viewers. So let's get into exactly what it is we're going to be making today. So I know that one of them is, well, I'm going to let you tell it. You tell the people where we're going today with the chicken.
Yeah, so I'm making a very easy but yet delicious chicken tagine. So we can use our tagine, and the other recipe, it's this very simple salad, but really delicious and a little bit different than what we are used to see here. So the chicken tagine has preserved lemon and olives, which is preserved lemon. When I first came here, I had to make it myself because I couldn't find it in store. But now you can find it almost everywhere, which is amazing, and it really gives the food an extra taste. So you would love if you try this recipe that I'm about to do. You do it for a date night or just to treat yourself. It's very easy, and especially if you use the spice mixes, because spices are the secret, and then you don't have to mix. Here is a teaspoon of that, half a teaspoon, so we have just the spice. And that's what I love about what I'm doing, because making cooking and home cooking very easy for anyone. So you just take a teaspoon or a tablespoon, you put it, you add the salt, and you're done.
Okay. Well, so now I know that Lamia is going to start to set up so that we can see her prep area right now. And then she's going to begin the process of starting the cooking process. And then we will get into it. So, Lamia, if you are ready, take us through the chicken tangine.
Sure. So first, I really want to show you something which is not, you know, everyone, you don't see it on cooking classes all the time, is how to wash your chicken properly. So, especially because in tagine, we are not going to boil the chicken, we are going to lock on all the juices from the chicken. So, we have to make sure the chicken is really, really well cleaned. How we do it, we check. I have my chicken here that was cut in four pieces, and I use a lemon. You can use leftover lemon skin or a good lemon, anything. It doesn't have to be perfect lemon. You squeeze the juice, and then we are going to use the skin, this half of lemon, to scrub it really well with some salt. I'm bringing just some normal salt that we are going. So what the salt and lemon do, salt is a scrub. So make sure you scrub and sanitize your chicken. And the lemon, the acid in it makes it, makes the bacteria, make it more sanitized as well, kills the bacteria in it. So We take the so I put some salt very generously because we are going to wash it, and then you take the half a lemon and you just give it a very good squeeze to all the pieces of your chicken. And I have here organic chicken, that's why it's very dark in color. Make sure you always buy the best quality. Again, best quality makes a huge difference. So we just
Well, let me just tell
scrub
you
all
that
our pieces
the
just like that.
let me
Mhm.
just tell you your the Mrabet family is being well represented in our comments as you go to town on that chicken. I just want to let you know that Nasiba and uh, please forgive me, Suhaila have checked in to just say hello and give you encouragement.
My sisters, those are my sister from Tangier, Morocco. So big hug and thank you so much for joining in.
All
So
the way
now
from
I will just,
Morocco. That's incredible. Thank you. Keep going.
yes, yes. So I'm just taking my chicken to the sink. I will leave it there for a little bit until we make our, we chop our onion, and then I will show you what we are going to do with it next. And first I have to make
Okay.
sure you wash hands very, very well since we touched chicken.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you right
Yes, so
now
thank
that
you all for joining.
this cleaning that you're talking about, the washing of the chicken, this is a revolution right now. I was thinking the same thing. And one of our viewers, Sean, awesome, never knew that the cleaning process with the chicken, but makes perfect sense. And it actually does. It makes perfect sense because you told me you were going to show us how to properly wash a chicken. I was just like, okay, is she really just going to scrub it harder than other people do? Or just the fact that they actually wash it, because some people don't wash, which is a whole other story. I don't want to talk about that right now, but
Yeah.
um, this is this is like a revelation to me, watching you wash that chicken and treat that chicken like that.
Yeah, it's very important actually. Even in Morocco, we take it to the next step. So when you go to the guy that sells spice or the spice store in Morocco, so when you go in Morocco and you buy your spices, he grinds all your spices there in front of you. So you make sure it's very fresh. And there is always that leftover ginger in the machine. So what we do, we buy that leftover ginger from the machine, which is just like some thread. It's not edible, but it's very good for cleaning the chicken and it gives it an extra taste. So you do that, you bring it, you do exactly what I did, and then you add those little hair that come from the ginger when they grind it in the machine, and you wash it with it. So that is the extra step sometimes people do.
I mean, that's incredible. I mean, these are things that this is what happens on the Wednesdays at One show, right? We introduce, all are welcome here on the Wednesdays at One show. I say that every week, but this is truly an international element that we are introducing to the Wednesdays at One show, and I've already learned so much, just how you how you think about food, how you prepare food. From now on, I know exactly how to prepare my chicken. I have some chicken in there today that I'm gonna have to run out and get some stuff so I can do all the things that you're saying to do. But now I can't make my chicken any other way. You've converted me right here on the spot.
I'm glad. Yeah, it's and this recipe I'm telling you, it's so easy. It's really in really no time, and it's very different. So again, if you are having some guests over, hopefully soon we will all go back to our normal life and have family and friends over. You cook this dish for them. They're going to be impressed, and they will think that you have spent like the whole day in the kitchen when you did it in like 30 minutes or even less if you are quick in the kitchen. So I this is one of the recipes that I really like, and that I teach to people easily because I know they will do it and they will do it right.
Well,
So I
I
have just
share
one onion. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just
Yeah,
going to
I
say,
just
I
have
share the
one onion.
sentiment that
Mhm.
we've been eating dirty chicken all these years, and now we've been shown the light.
So I just chopped one medium yellow onion, and I'm about to chop here a couple of garlic. Again, another quick tip for the garlic. You see here I have this good sized garlic. So if I cut it in half, you find there is this thingy, they call it the germ, the garlic germ. So take it out, because it's not good for you. That gives you indigestion, and it gives a bitter taste to your food. If there is, you see, like, I don't know if the camera is taking it very well, but it's like this
Mm-hmm.
little thing from the garlic. Yeah, especially in the bigger garlic, just, yeah, get rid of that. Not good.
Okay. Okay. Again, doing everything wrong so far in all of my cooking. I'm learning. I love
Yeah,
it.
well, little tricks, little something. So sometimes people eat something and they go like, oh, it tastes very garlicky, strong, and it gave me indigestion or heartburn. That's why, because it had that thing that wasn't removed. So always we remove that. So I'm just chopping
Okay.
very roughly, nothing fancy here, because we are going to cook it and it will disappear, it will melt.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Tell me
grabbing
quickly.
my, sure.
Tell me quickly the spices you're going to be using from your collection today.
So today I'm going to use the chicken tagine, this one, the chicken tagine
Okay.
spice. I don't know if
Mm-hmm.
it's showing good or not. And for the salad, we are going to sprinkle some dukkha on top, because dukkha
Okay.
has almond, has sesame, has caraway, and just gives the salad a little crunch and a little, like the French like to say, je ne sais quoi, like that little, what is that? There is something
Okay.
that we don't understand in the salad. So yeah. So I just grabbed my tagine, I put my onion, garlic, and of course my favorite zaze olive oil. So I'm gonna give it a good drizzle. I'm not afraid of using this, be generous with this olive oil, because I know it's a good source and it's the purest and it's good for you. So I'm going to be very generous with it.
We
So
love Zaze. We love it. We love it. We love it. And we have Laura here. She said that she didn't know about the little thing about the garlic. So we're all learning. I'm not the only one learning, but that is awesome.
well, shame on me, because she's my friend and we always cook together, and that probably I never mentioned it in front of her. So I have the spices. I'm going to use this much. It has saffron. You can even see the saffron sticking from my
Yeah.
spoon. That's thread there. It's the saffron thread. It's amazing. Gives any dish, and especially something like that, an amazing taste. So I love saffron. Is one of my favorite spices. So I'm adding salt, because my spices don't have any salt on them. So salt to taste. And now I will put it back here in my stove and turn to medium high. Okay, give it a quick stir, and I will leave the marinade to get ready until I wash my chicken.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm about to go wash the chicken, and I will let it, a little bit drain from the water, and I will be back.
Okay. Go ahead. So while Lamia washes the chicken, and I'm learning all about cooking for the very first time, it seems like, in terms of prepping food and chicken and garlic. I just want to let you know that these cooking segments, people seem to really love them. So if you know a chef, if you are a chef, if you have a recipe that you know you can kill. Let's work together and put a show together and get you on the Wednesdays at One show, or better yet, get you on your own show. Because what I'm finding out is that there are a lot of talented chefs out there, and this is a great platform to bring it to life. So back
I
to
just want to
Lamia.
show you all. Yeah, so before warning, this is a little bit nasty. If you're somebody that can see nasty stuff, don't look now, because this is all the yuckiness we got from the chicken. You see all the gooiness that would have ended up
Yes.
in your food if you didn't do that step. So yeah, that's why
Wow.
we do the step. I wanted to show you that.
That is incredible. That's something
So
that
the
I cannot unsee from now on.
so salt and lemon helps the chicken release all of that yuckiness. So now I'm just about to put my chicken pieces with the rest of my ingredient. So what we have, like 5 ingredients so far. I'm
Very
telling you, it's
simple so
super
far.
easy.
Yes.
Very, very simple. So I will just give it a stir. Make sure the chicken is coated with all the good spices and the onion and everything together. And then we will put like about 2 cups of water, cover it, and let it be.
Okay.
Very easy. Just going to make sure everything is coated. Yeah, going back
Now,
to the olive oil. Yeah, tell me. Sorry.
I was going to say, because we've had this come up time and time again. Um, if I wanted to make this particular recipe, I know it's tangine chicken, but if I wanted to use a substitute, what would you
Mhm.
suggest? Maybe like a meatless substitute.
Of course, yes. I have that question all the time. So you follow the same steps. Instead of putting the chicken, you can put potatoes, which is the best because it holds really well, or potatoes and other vegetables like carrots, peas, beans. You just put them nicely in an I have pictures in my Instagram. I call it's called Berber tagine when you do it vegan like that. So it's totally doable, but it's
Okay,
same the
that's
same
no, that
spices.
is
Yeah. Mhm.
no, that's great because I want to be, I want to be able to have enough adjustments in some dishes to accommodate people that maybe don't eat meat or don't eat chicken. I want to make sure that I say hello to my really good friend Mia Voss here for the good info. Mia, let me just tell you, I feel like my mind has been blown just with the washing of the chicken. No cooking had even been done yet, just the washing, and I feel like I've learned so much. So that is incredible. And then Laura says, I would love to see more of Lamia Mrabet, the Queen of Spice, exotic recipes on this show. Well, Lamia, of course, we're not even through the show, and I'm already inviting you to come back because this has been
Of
incredible. So
course.
we will definitely have you back if you aren't too traumatized by the experience. We'd love to have you back.
No, actually, I love it. Yes, I'm available. Let me know. And I will be more than happy to come and share with you all another recipe.
What
So,
now?
what I'm about
This is
to
going to sound like a
do,
silly question because we've already talked about it. But Nora Gormazi asks, "What olive oil do you recommend?"
of course, I always recommend Zaze. You know, I was, like I said earlier, born and grew up in Morocco, and olive oil is a huge part of our diet, right? So I really know a good oil when I see one. And since I came here for years, unfortunately, I never found a really good one. We always buy, from the store, but I'm always missing the olive oil I left back home until my good friend had, Laura. She found the olive oil. She started this business, olive oil business, and because she's an amazing person and she makes everything right, she's making this olive oil the best way. It's even better than the one I grew up with. Now I really find the Moroccan olive oil by itself, come back to Zazie and use Zazie. And also, I love the story behind it. She's really hiring refugee women, and she paying them a fair wage, which is not a lot of businesses are doing. Let me tell you that, because I am in business and I'm shocked with what I see. So I really love what she's doing, and I salute her for the amazing work she's doing and the amazing product she's bringing. Like, thank you so much for bringing us this amazing product that otherwise I had to fly miles back home to have the same good quality. So thank you, and thank you for doing all the good, great work you do for the unprivileged women back in certain part of the world, unfortunately.
So we love Laura. Thank you so much. Tell us what you're doing right now.
Yeah, so what I did, I had a lemon. This is a preserved lemon. So again, now you can find it in most of the stores, and you can eat it just like that. It's so good. It's not bitter. So when you pickle it, the skin becomes really delicious to eat. So it's very edible. Don't be scared. So I cut half of that lemon, really small pieces, and I'm about to add it to our chicken. It will give it that je ne sais quoi taste I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's my tagine already bubbling. You see, when I said this tagine would be ready in no time, I wasn't lying.
Wow.
So it's already bubbling, yes, and looking good. And you can see some, I don't know if the camera show, but here is some of the saffron bread from the spices.
Yes.
So I will just give it a quick stir, since it's still firm. The chicken's still firm, so it's not gonna break on me. So we want the pieces to look good when we plate them. And then again, I will go cover it and leave it. In 10-15 minutes,
About how
this
long
tagine
will it
will
be
be
in that
ready to
pot?
devour.
About how long will it be in the
Yeah, so
tangine? Just
15
call it a
minutes.
pot. I'm sorry.
Uh, yeah, for 15 minutes. We will wait for it for another 15 minutes. We will go double check. We might need to put some more water, so it has enough liquid to cook in, and it will be ready. We will add at the end, by the way, olives. I just have some olives here. So green or Kalamata olive will do, but or a mixed. So those have seeds. I don't mind having seeds in the olives. If you don't, you can buy the pitted ones. Okay. So while the tagine, the chicken tagine, here just so I can see everyone. While the chicken tagine is cooking, I'm just going to start making the salad. So the salad, I just give it a name. It's not a Moroccan name. In Morocco they just call it cucumber salad, but I call it Moroccan caviar. I just, because I lived in Texas for a couple of years, and they were all about the bean salad that they call it cowboy caviar. So I'm like, this looks like it's a little bit, because you cut it in small pieces. So I called it Moroccan caviar. Okay, let me show you here what I'm doing. So I'm just cutting I love those small cucumbers. I find them they are tastier than the big ones.
You call them English
And
cucumbers?
those I think they call them Persian. The English are the long ones, the one that they sell in plastic, wrapped in plastic. But this
Oh,
one,
okay.
I seen them. Yeah, they call them. I don't see it here. Let me see the package. So yeah, here they just call them mini seedless cucumber, but I saw them calling them Persian cucumbers too. But they are
Okay.
so tasty. They are my favorite cucumbers. They are really, really good. So I'm not going crazy small, but like small enough. In Morocco, they make it super, super small. Like it has to be really small, almost like a tabbouleh. But I like it to have, because I'm gonna mix it with capers. So just, almost the same size as capers.
So I'm going to talk to a little bit of a couple of our viewers here. Lynn, someday we're going to do a Norwex, yes, and educate people on chemical-free cleaning, which I think is so important. What's the sense of, now doing an expert wash on our chicken and then cleaning the counters with chemicals and things that are bad for us, right? So we are like cleaning up everybody's act here today. We're getting our food clean. We're getting our surfaces clean. Um, can you talk a little bit about the tangine? Because Lynn is asking a little bit about that. The cooking apparatus.
Yes. Yes. So the tagine, the stew or the pot itself. So
The
because if
pot
you're
itself.
asking about the pot, back in the time, so this particular dish, it's been around for centuries. I don't know how long, but the old people actually invented it. So what it does, that dome-like lid that it has, it's captured the moist inside. So when you have a flat lid, the moisture go quickly and comes back. When it's bigger, it has more room to go around, and it's captured all the taste. So you put less water to cook your dish, and it cooks quicker. So this is the whole point why they have the higher lid. And they used back in the time, they made it with clay, like I said earlier, and then you put it on top of charcoal. Yeah, a little bit like you have the picture. So those are the decorative small ones, but they have a bigger, like the one not decorated, the plain one over there. So that's the one you will find, and it's very cheap. When you go to Morocco, buy it. It's super cheap. Like for $3, you can have the pot. Not this one because it wasn't that cheap. But the bad thing about the other, you can't. When you put it on top of flame, like gas flame, it breaks super quick. So that's why I wanted to invest in one that is a little bit sturdier.
So we're looking at your spices here, and I mean, I'm so excited. I can't wait to use these spices. I feel like I'm gonna have to get a one-on-one session with you before I actually start to use them. But I have a few of the spices here. I'm excited to use them. You're showing us so many great things, and just even your artistry in cooking really comes through as we go through this dish, and then learning about your home country of Morocco. That's something that really has been fascinating as we've gone on this journey to get to this Wednesdays at 1. I've had the opportunity to just kind of look at some images, and I'm showing them from all around Morocco, and it's beautiful. So much color, so much history, uh, and then the food just is the icing on the cake.
Yeah, the food, there is so much history behind the food. So I started when I started doing the spices. Actually, a lot of people told me exactly what you just said earlier. Like, I need your help to use the spices. So cooking classes. I had to start some kind of cooking classes, which I did before COVID. We used to meet in this beautiful commercial kitchen in Acton, and people will come and either for their anniversaries or birthdays or whatever, with a significant other, and I will show them how to cook the food and enjoy it. At the end, we all sit down and enjoy it. And they love that. They learn how to use the spices and how to cook it, and they live with the spices and a dish to cook. So yeah, when COVID hit, I started doing some Zoom, some virtual cooking classes, and to teach people how to use the spices. It's not that hard, but I agree. There is some, you need to know how and when and where to put each spice. But I have plenty of recipes in my Instagram page and Facebook as well. And hopefully I can start making more videos. But I have good quantity of videos on Instagram.
Yeah, so I know that you mentioned earlier too, if people want to get in contact with you, you think that the best way to do it is to DM you, to go to IG, go to Facebook. But we have your
Exactly.
email up here, and so
Yeah.
guys, if you are interested in these spices, if you're interested in maybe her next class or her next Zoom event, just reach out to the Queen of Spice. There's no formal introduction necessary. There won't be any trumpets playing before you come into the DM. You will just come into the DM and you will be speaking to the Queen.
Yeah, like email or DM on Instagram are the best ways. Um, Again, I have a website. I'm working on the website, but I prefer talking to people one on one and seeing what they really want, what are they looking for, so I can give them the exact, the exact spice. And also, we have gift sets with the amazing olive oil. So I have this partner, me and Laura. So we have this box that has olive oil and one of the spice, which complement each other for gifts. Mother's Day coming, Easter is coming. So yeah, if you want to consider giving your loved ones something a little bit different and they will enjoy it, let us know.
That is incredible. My friend Sean, I'm so into embracing other cultures. I would definitely tune in to some of her virtual cooking classes. Well, Sean, I'll tell you, get on to her social media because she has a lot of little things. She doesn't really talk. She's very shy there. She's doing such an incredible job here. I'm hoping that after this, she's going to be speaking more in her IG appearances because you're doing a fantastic job. But yeah, go to um, her um, her social media or send her an email directly. And Lamia, I know you're going to let us know when you're doing events, something that we can attend. That would be great.
Of course, yeah. Again, for private cooking classes, again, just DM me. We will see, days that work for you and works for me. I am booking a lot of events coming because people, like they still can't travel to see their loved ones. So what they do, they organize this virtual event, and I give them cooking classes, and they are from different states tuning in, and they are talking, and it feels like they are with each other when they are far away. So just let me know. I can let you know my calendar, and we can book something. And I will send you my the dishes, the menus that we do, and you choose from them. And we have vegan, we have meat, we have intermediate, we have entry level, you name it. So we work something with each other. So just let me know. And now, just before we move on, just to let you know what I did. So I just cut the cucumbers, tomatoes, parsley, and I will later cut some red onion, just a little bit for the crunch. And here I have capers. Can you tell I love capers? I
Yes.
get the biggest jar. So yeah, you can, again, if you don't like it that much, put a little bit. If you like it, go, it's there is no quantity in here. You will adjust to your taste. Okay, so I will put the marinade now and then chop the onion later. Again, we need a good quality olive oil, and what best than zaze. So I'm grabbing because I'm done. Like I open one, and by the end of the day, it's gone. Actually, my husband, you know what he does when he wakes up in the morning? He drinks a spoon of like that, like in a shot.
A
That's
lot of
his
people are doing
his
that now. That's what I'm hearing.
yeah.
I hadn't
But
heard
here
that
is the thing.
before. I think I met Laura. Go ahead.
Yeah, but here's the thing. A lot of people, and unfortunately, because we did some before COVID, we did some events at the elderly housing, the nursing homes, and all. And we seen them. They read stuff, but then they don't choose the best quality. So they have been having the olive oil that they buy from the store. Unfortunately, that olive oil, it's not 100% olive oil. It has additive, and that those additive can be really bad for you. So you're thinking you're taking the shot and it's good for you when it's really bad for you. The same for spices. Actually, when I started this business, I was shocked because when I contacted the wholesaler for, let's say, turmeric or ginger or one of those spices, the prices were, I was like, well, it's almost like the spice I can buy retail from the store. So they told me, well, actually, the one that you buy from the store, it's not pure. There is cornstarch, the ground. They add cornstarch
Yes.
and coloring. So that's how they make the money. And I was really shocked to learn that. How many times I put turmeric in my tea thinking, oh, I'm doing something great for my health, when I'm drinking additive and coloring and the cornstarch. So unfortunately, we have to be very, very, very careful. And I suggest you buy from small businesses, because when you are small, you do the right thing because you really want to have your customer. When you are a huge corporate, there is so many department and bureaucracy. They really don't know where they just look at the money, at the financials, but they don't care about the quality as much. So I highly recommend, especially for something like that and for food, and like what I think Lynn said about the cleaning product. We have to be very cautious about it, and mindful too about it.
Yes, absolutely.
So
You are
I
right. And
will.
I think that that's something that people, as we really start, I think one of the great things about the pandemic is that it's helped us to really examine what we're doing, what we're putting into our bodies, where things come from, sort of like the background, things that we never had time to really examine before. We're such a convenient society here in the United States. But I think that that's one of the good things that has happened is that we've been able to really examine. And you are so right. We think we're doing something good for ourselves when actually we're really not, because the source of the product is not pure, or it's not clean, or it's not healthy.
Exactly, yes. I didn't know. So I didn't know until I started myself the business. And, I was shocked. I'm like, you know, the prices doesn't make sense. So the wholesaler, actually, they are the one who told me. I was, wow, it's it's really sad. It's really sad. So I
Well,
just added, so I have the
we're not
olive
sad
oil.
today. We are very excited about this salad. Now, just can you go back a couple of steps, because I saw you added the spice. Tell me the spice that you added.
I still didn't add the spice. I just add the salt. So
Oh, okay.
so I added the olive oil, yeah, salt, and a squeeze of lemon. I can put a squeeze of lemon or vinegar if you have. I will give it a quick toss, and then I will add the dukkha. This is the Egyptian dukkha. So it has almond, and this is the only spice that has some salt on it, because we use it as a dip with olive oil. It goes amazing with olive oil. So we just put in a plate a little bit. Here is how it looks inside.
Mm,
And then you put the olive oil on top of it, and you dip it with your bread.
okay.
So
I love it. And I
yeah,
have
it
that.
has.
I have that here. So that's happening very soon.
Actually, yeah, I give you the one I give you are my best sellers. So dukkha is one of my best seller. Like people come back for it more often. So it has, and again, it's good for you because it has almond, it has sesame seeds, caraway, and spices, cumin, and other good spices. So it's really, it makes your food a little bit healthier, and it gives it that crunch and that extra taste. And you can use it as a dip in salad, just like that. You toss it on top of any of your salad. Or other thing I like to do, I love to put it, if I'm doing breaded chicken or breaded fish, I put it with the breadcrumbs. And when I do the chicken, and it's really delicious. And I did serve it to guests, and they were like, "What did you put on that chicken?" So it was just a little bit of this.
I cannot
Okay,
wait.
so
So, I want to make sure that we, Lamia seconds, right? Awesome live event, great team building, cooking class event together while being on a Zoom. So, for those people out there, if you guys are still trying to do some team building stuff, you're on the Zoom. Lamia Mrabet is your woman. She's your queen. She is your queen. So for those of you who've seen Coming to America, I would sing it, but I can't hit that high note. But Lamia is here. She is your queen of spice. So we're looking at an incredible dish here. Um, it's so important to buy trusted brands like Queen of Spice, according to Laura and according to everybody. That is correct. And now following. So you have a new follower here as a result of today's show. So I'm excited about that. So tell me what's going on here.
right. So yeah, you see how the onion and the garlic are starting to disappear into the sauce, and our sauce is becoming a little bit more thicker because of the spice, and so we still need a little bit more time. I will show you how to know if your chicken is cooked or not. I can tell because I've been cooking for too long, but for someone who's new or doesn't know, so I can tell it will need maybe 4 more minutes, but I will pick the thickest piece I have here, and I will pick it like that. It's a little bit still heavy because when it's cooked, it would be lighter, and then you see the liquid coming out, so it's still uncooked. So I know it still needed a little bit of more time, which is okay. We still have we can, we didn't hit the 30-minute mark yet since we put it here in the dish. But here is the saffron, one of the thread that stayed there. And now it's time I will add a little bit of the olives here, so it's sucked from the juice, and vice versa. Now, here's the thing. You can continue your tagine just like that. I will give you a couple of variations. Or like you can take the pieces, put a little butter on top of them, and put them in their broiler for like 5 minutes to crisp up the chicken. If you like that, if you like roasted chicken, you will like it that way. Or you keep it like that. You add more vegetables and make it a more complete dish. So the vegetable options that go really well with this tagine: peas, and carrots only, carrots and potatoes only. So these are the vegetables that go. I made green beans. stew, if you have some green beans, that goes amazing with this tagine. These are the vegetables that really like lemon, and they complement the lemon flavor and the olives we have. Again, growing up in Morocco, I will just put it here and maybe go to here to the other camera. So growing up, we used to, when mom would cook this tagine, in sometimes special occasions, we will make fries and put fries on top. And that was like kids heaven. We would love when we were kids, we would love because you have the fries and then you have the chicken and you have the sauce, which is a little bit lemony, and so it was really good. So those are your options. For vegans, you just take you don't put any chicken, but you do the same: the onion, the garlic, the lemon, the olives, the spices, and then the you cut your potatoes in a bigger chunk, kind of, and you have an amazing tagine.
That is incredible. I mean, you just gave us about 4 different combinations. And for once, the fries weren't the highlight, right? Everything else was. This was incredible. Now, go to this salad. I wanted this, point down to the salad bit because this salad looks so delicious. I mean, bring it up a little bit closer. That thing looks amazing. And I know it tastes beautiful. I know it smells incredible. This looks like not a normal salad. This looks like a piece of art. Thank you so much for this.
Of course. Yeah, so again, the salad you can, serve it like that. You can serve it in little in dive boats if you want to be fancy. You just put it in dives, and then you eat it like that, like a taco in dive salad kind. Especially now summer is coming, that can be an amazing thing. You can put it on top of grilled fish, salmon, or any fish you grilled, and imagine just putting that on top, it will look amazing. So there is a lot of variation with that as well.
This has been an incredible demonstration. I mean, I'm ready to cook everything here. I know for a fact mine won't come out as good as this looks. So I'm going to have to come back for a follow-up Zoom, or maybe we'll do a one-on-one session at some point, or maybe I'll organize a Zoom. But this has been amazing. Let me just tell you, this woman is the queen of spice. Her name
Thank you.
is Lamia Mrabet, and she has been an amazing guest today. Everybody is just saying to you, gorgeous salad, queen of spice, yes, and looks very yummy. Thank you. Yummy. Can't wait to try. I am seconding all of these comments. This has been absolutely amazing. So I know you're still cooking on the back corner. We have to go. We're at the end of our hour, but this has been amazing. I want to thank you, Lamia, or should I call you Queen Mrabet? I think I should call you Queen Mrabet.
Lamia is good.
Are you
Well, thank you
sure?
so much, Eric, for having me. Yes, I'm positive. I really don't like a lot of focus on me. I love the focus on the food, but thank you so much. It's been an amazing experience. I really loved being in your show, and thank you to all your guests that turned in today. I hope they can try this recipe, and just let me know. Tag me on Instagram or on Facebook, and let me know that you came from Eric, and I would love to talk to you on DMs if you have any questions about recipes or anything. So thank you so much again, Eric. That was an amazing experience.
And I want to thank you, Lamia, and I want to thank all of us. So hold on right there. I'm going to say goodbye to our guests, and then we'll talk afterwards, and we'll go from there. So, guys, again, an incredible demonstration from the Queen of Spice, Lamia Mrabet. She gave us two incredible dishes. If you guys want those recipes or anything, any information on Lamia, just let me know. That's what we do here at the Wednesdays at One show. We make connections. You may have seen something, you may have heard something, you may know something for the future, but it can all happen right here on the Wednesdays at One show. So next week, as I always say, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but it's going to be something good. I don't know if it's going to be this good. This is going to be hard to top, but we're going to try. So until next Wednesday at 1, I want to say to everyone, be safe, have fun, and command your moment.